You've probably heard that the fastest growing segment of the life insurance industry has been in the form of indexed universal life. In 2012, it made up more than 30% of all life sales, and that number is on the rise. Many advisors believe that indexed universal life is confusing, but really on the contrary, IUL is not that confusing at all. It's simply a UL with a slightly different crediting strategy. And if you have written equity index annuities before, you probably already have a pretty good understanding of how IUL crediting works, except you've got much higher cap rates on IUL. You've probably heard that the fastest growing segment of the life insurance industry has been in the form of indexed universal life. In 2012, it made up more than 30% of all life sales, and that number is on the rise. Many advisors believe that indexed universal life is confusing. On the contrary, IUL is not that confusing. It's simply a UL with a slightly different crediting strategy. And if you have written equity index annuities, you probably already have a pretty good understanding of how IUL crediting works, except you've got much higher cap rates on IUL products. Indexed universal life could open a market that you have not been participating in. In particular, clients aged 25 to 50. Many advisors tell me they primarily work with baby boomers or older for one reason or another. When I ask why they have stayed away from the younger generation, the most common response is there's just no revenue there. While I'm sure there are other reasons too, I have witnessed this firsthand. I am in my mid-30s, and I've been approached just one time in my life by an advisor asking about my financials, investments, insurance, etc. This age range is a huge untapped potential market, and IUL is something beneficial to them while also potentially earning you more revenue than a simple term insurance or small IRA sell. And think about this. If you are currently working the baby boomer market, IUL could be an idea or strategy for you to talk to the children of your existing client base, meaning a fairly warm call to a new potential client. That being said, what exactly is the hot point in the indexed UL market? And to answer that, let's take a look at this web page on our website, and I'll also tell you why I personally purchased an IUL policy. Think of a specified death benefit, maybe $250,000 or $500,000 of coverage. Now there's a minimum premium that can be paid for that amount, and that would be in the form of a 10-year term premium. The term premium is a number set by the insurance carrier specifically, and for that, someone would get only a tax-free death benefit. However, more can be paid into the policy with that same death benefit up to a maximum amount each year. And who determines that maximum amount? It's the government. If the federal government limits how much money someone can put into a life insurance policy, that has to tell you that it has to be a good deal, specifically in relationship to taxes. Now, a little crash course. Do you recall from your insurance classes all of the benefits of a cash value life insurance policy? Just to refresh, as you can see on the page here, of course the death benefit is received income tax free. But keep in mind that money inside of a life insurance policy grows tax deferred. And when structured correctly, the cash value can be accessed at any point in time, tax-free, and without any early withdrawal penalties. With an indexed UL, you have downside protection, meaning that zero is your hero in negative performing years, such as we saw in 2008, with upside potential. You can have cap rates in the 10 to 16% range annually. With IUL, there are no income restrictions, and someone can add other benefits such as disability protection for a self-completing accumulation program. Life insurance can also provide collateral opportunities and has protection from creditors, and there are many more that we haven't discussed. This list that you see on the page in red is the main reason for 80% of indexed UL sales today. There's no accumulation product or retirement strategy out there that has all the benefits listed above. And for clients interested in accumulating funds for retirement income, there's no comparison, especially when you look at future distributions. As you can see on this page here, we've got an example of a male 36 who says he can put away $10,000 annually into some type of plan. And we're going to compare a typical tax-deferred account earning 8% to an IUL earning 7%. Now keep in mind, most historical lookbacks for IUL policies over the last 25 years are in the 8.5% to 9.5% return range. The goal is he wants to start accessing income in 66 to supplement his retirement. So when we open up this document and we have more, it can be tax-deferred accounts, it can be tax-deductible accounts. His goal, as you can see here, is that he would like to receive $65,000 annually for 20 years starting at age 66 after tax. So we go through first 20 years. You can see comparing the tax-deferred account to IUL and the benefits of each. And as you can see here, at age 66, he starts pulling out $65,000 income tax-free and penalty-free from the IUL compared to $65,000 from the tax-deferred account. Now keep in mind, that's actually going to be about $90,000 because that is a taxable account. So he continues doing that, and ultimately, his tax-deferred account runs out of money. While the IUL continues to give him the 20 years he was hoping for, and even out at age 90, still has over $500,000 of surrender value and almost $750,000 death benefit. Now we've got other reports, as I mentioned, tax-deferred accounts, tax-deductible accounts, comparing an IUL to other options. And if you have an interest in seeing any of those, we can supply those for you. But as you can see, the results are simply astonishing. Even assuming an 8% return on the tax-deferred account, an IUL would be a better purchase for him. There's no time like the present to jump into the Index University life insurance world. For more details or to discuss a potential client, please contact the InSource Life Division at 800-732-1489, option 2. Thank you.